Suddenly, mountain roars to life. A deafening boom shatters the peace. The ground convulses violently. A monstrous plume of ash and rock explodes skyward, blotting out the sun. Vesuvius has awakened, and it's hungry for destruction, leaving behind a chilling time capsule of destruction that would remain hidden for nearly 2 millennia. Pompeii was a prosperous city in the region of Campania, known for its fertile soil and strategic location. Its streets were a hive of activity, with merchants selling their wares, citizens visiting public baths, and slaves working in the city's food industry. The city boasted impressive architecture, including an amphitheater for gladiatorial contests, a forum for political and social gatherings, luxurious villas adorned with intricate frescoes. Pompeians enjoyed a rich cultural life, with art and commerce flourishing. The walls of the city were covered in graffiti, offering us a glimpse into the thoughts and desires of ordinary people. For years, the people of Pompeii had grown accustomed to minor earthquakes. Little did they know that these tremors were warning signs of an impending catastrophe. Mount Vesuvius, which they didn't even recognize as a volcano, had been building up pressure for nearly 2 decades. As August of 79 CE approached, the frequency and intensity of these earthquakes increased. However, the residents, complacent after years of such activity, paid little heed to these ominous signals. On August 24th, 79 CE, Mount Vesuvius finally reached its breaking point. The pressure that had been building for years could no longer be contained. The eruption began with a massive explosion, sending a towering column of ash and pumice high into the sky. This column, visible for miles around, must have been a terrifying sight for the people of Pompeii. As the day progressed, the situation in Pompeii became increasingly dire. Ash and debris rained down on the city, blocking doorways and causing roofs to collapse. Many people found themselves trapped in their homes, unable to escape the growing devastation. The eruption continued through the night and into the next day. In total, 6 surges of superheated gas and debris, known as pyroclastic flows, swept down the slopes of Vesuvius. These flows, reaching temperatures of up to 700 degrees Celsius or 1292 degrees Fahrenheit, instantly killed anyone in their path. In the final hours of Pompeii, panic must have been widespread. Some residents attempted to flee, carrying their most precious possessions. Others sought shelter, hoping in vain that the disaster would pass. The pyroclastic flows that engulfed the city moved at incredible speeds, giving victims little chance to react. The superheated air burned their lungs and melted their muscles, leaving them frozen in their final moments. In just 18 hours, Pompeii was buried under millions of tons of volcanic ash and pumice. The once thriving city had been wiped off the map, its residents entombed where they fell. The eruption dramatically altered the landscape. The coastline was pushed back, and the river Sarno, which had been navigable up to Pompeii, was silted up. The city, along with its inhabitants and their way of life, was lost to time. For nearly 1,700 years, Pompeii lay forgotten beneath layers of volcanic debris. It wasn't until 1748 that the first systematic excavations began. The excavations revealed a city frozen in time. The volcanic ash had acted as a preservative, protecting buildings, artifacts, and even human remains from decay. One of the most striking discoveries was the preservation of human bodies. As organic matter decayed, it left cavities in the hardened ash. Archaeologists filled these cavities with plaster, creating casts that captured the final poses of Pompeii's victims in incredible detail. The excavations also uncovered well-preserved buildings, including private homes and public spaces, frescoes and mosaics with vivid colors intact, everyday objects, from cooking utensils to jewelry. The preservation of Pompeii has provided archaeologists with an unparalleled window into Roman life. The city's layout, architecture, and artifacts have revealed much about Roman urban planning, technology, and daily life. Textual evidence, including inscriptions, wax tablets, and graffiti, has offered insights into the thoughts and activities of Pompeii's inhabitants. This wealth of information has challenged and expanded our understanding of the ancient Roman world. The story of Pompeii is one of both tragedy and preservation. While the eruption of Mount Vesuvius brought sudden and terrible destruction, it also froze a moment in time, allowing us to step back into the Roman world of 79 CE. As we walk the streets of this ancient city, we're reminded of the fragility of human life and the enduring legacy of those who came before us, a voice from the past that will never be silenced.